Hi, good evening everyone, and welcome to our fourth session here live at City Hall. We are in the know. I'm Regina Kay from the General Services Department.
I'm Allison Bermudez with Community Development Department. Welcome.
We are so excited for you to be joining us this evening. We have some wonderful guests from our police department as well as our engineering department to talk about traffic and pedestrian safety here throughout the community. Before we bring them on, we would like to just plug a few different events we have coming over the next couple weeks. With our wonderful fall weather, we have our Sunday Fun Day scheduled for this Sunday at Rush Park. It starts at 11 o'clock. We will be having lots of vendors, bounce houses, different activities for the kids. And yeah, it'll be a great time.
And it's all free.
And it's all free.
Bring the family. All right, also coming up on October 12th at the Antelope Crossing area by the Rayleigh Shopping Center is Spooktacular. That's an annual event hosted by the city and the businesses over there. And they'll have costume contests, pumpkins, and all kinds of fun activities, another free event for the family. So bring them out on October 12th to the Rayleigh's Antelope Crossing Shopping Center. Also on Sunday, October 13th, the next day, if you want to come out to the new Dignity Health building that opened here at Fountain Square in Greenback, they're going to have a family event, a free event. They're going to have radio broadcasting, they're going to have a kids corner, characters, face painting, and you can also meet Sadie, the mini horse. That sounds exciting. So that's Sunday, October 13th. So lots of fun stuff coming up.
Yeah, so come on down. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and exit our little stage here and bring on our guests from the police department and from the engineering staff.
All right.
Hey there!
Hello, I'm Sean Gualco, Traffic Sergeant with the Police Department.
Leslie Bloomquist, Principal Civil Engineer in the Engineering Division.
Lieutenant Chris Fry, Watch Commander with the Police Department.
And we're here to talk about pedestrian and traffic safety. I think we had a few questions that were submitted.
I'm Sean Gualco, Traffic Sergeant with the Police.
Excuse us, we have a few questions that were submitted to us previously that we can go ahead and get started. But if you have questions, please go ahead and type them in and we'll get to them if we get a chance.
So Stacy from Facebook wrote, really need something to be done on Carriage with the curve from Pratt to Loppe. It's no parking, but at school pickup, parents park or wait in their cars on both sides. I often have to drive over the center line and it's a curve, so oncoming can't see. Plus that crosswalk on Loppe, it's not clearly marked and a driver can't see it when making a turn onto Loppe Lane and right on the crosswalk. So that's the question posed to us first.
Well, I have some really good news for you, Stacy. We are actually working on a plan looking at all of Carriage, all of Loppe, all the way from Auburn to Antelope, what we can do to improve safety for bicyclists, pedestrians, and motorists, as well as how to get people in and out of the school parking lots and campuses more easy. We're calling it the Carriage Loppe Safe Schools Corridor Plan. We actually have an open house next Tuesday at Mesa Verde at 4:30. So open to the public, come on down and we can talk more details about that project.
We'll be there for all the concerns for that neighborhood. And then on the enforcement side, just a clarification on parking versus no stopping. We've been personally out there with complaints, and the difference between no stopping is obviously no stopping anytime. No parking means you just don't leave your car behind there. So don't leave your car abandoned. But if you're waiting to pick up your kid, that is good that you're good to go there. So hopefully that clarifies that. Next question from Jessica on Facebook. Can something be done about the eastbound off-ramp on Antelope Road, the exit going right towards Garden Gate and Van Maren? Is there any improvements going on in this area?
We actually have done a complete review of the entire I-80 interchange, including the intersection at Garden Gate. Right now, we're just looking for construction funds to do that, but I agree that weaving as you come off of eastbound 80, getting onto Garden Gate, it is challenging to negotiate. So we are hoping to find some construction funds to start the design and construction of that in the next few years.
Yeah, okay. Anne-Marie posted a question on Facebook. Traffic consistently backs up at Wachtell and Old Auburn stop signs. Is the city working on any solutions? Is a stoplight being considered? Has the city looked at removing the back-to-back stop signs along Old Auburn Road.
Yes, we've done a lot of review and observations at this location. When it first went in 2015, I believe, a complete study was done and the stop sign was recommended. Just last year, we did a follow-up study to make sure that nothing has changed that would warrant any removal or installation of a traffic signal in its place. And it is recommended to stay as is now, but we are continuing to monitor, and when the time comes, signal is something we're looking at and making sure that we look into on a regular basis.
Yeah, Leslie, we've also met with a lot of residents out in the area to discuss their concerns about that specific stop sign. There's also been some concerns about some traffic safety along Old Auburn as you get up towards Wachtel. I would encourage anybody out there, if you see anything that's concerning to you, please call our traffic tip line at 916-727-5500. We have had our motor officers as well as our patrol officers who have been out there several times making sure that that stretch of roadway is safe leading up to Wachtel.
Great, thanks, Chris.
Donald on Facebook asks, when are they going to start patrolling Van Maren and Antelope? The curve is dangerous and people think it's a drift track. I believe they're talking about the roadway,
90-degree turn.
a 90-degree turn from Van Maren to Garden Gate Road.
Yeah.
So I'll address that. Yeah, there has been a few collisions at that intersection, and in the city, the number one primary cause of collisions is speed, and we take that violation extremely seriously. And it's actually the number one cited violation that the police department cites is speed. So we're always constantly looking for our speeders because it's the number one cause of collisions. So we're in that area, we're often in that area, and we'll continue to enforce it.
Sean, let me add one more thing on that. We're getting into our winter months, fall and winter and whatnot. We just saw some rain earlier this week. I would encourage people with speed, like Sean was just talking about, when you have inclement weather like that, you really have to monitor your driving. A perfect example is if the speed of a roadway is 40 miles per hour and it's raining and foggy, probably not a good idea to be going 40 miles per hour just to be safe. So when you have a 90-degree turn like that, a lot of drivers, not just at this intersection or at this turn right here, but there's other turns throughout the region where drivers are coming in too fast and they're not properly braking appropriately before negotiating that turn. So please, I would remind you, with the weather coming up, with the rain and the icy roads as we get into the December and January months, please monitor your driving, make sure your headlights are on when it's raining, make sure you have your windshield wipers checked, and just be safe out there.
And Leslie, has there been anything done from the city as far as engineering goes on that stretch of roadway? I think there has been some improvements.
Yeah, recently we put up some new chevron signs to increase the visibility, reminding people to make the turn as they come southbound from Antelope. We also installed a radar speed feedback sign, so it flashes at you to slow down if you're going too fast around that curve. The recommended speed is 20 miles per hour as you're coming around there, and that was based on an engineering survey recently. We've applied for some grants to do some other stuff too, and so we're hoping that we can get some money to do some physical improvements as well.
Some questions are coming in. Here's another one. Mike asks, how do you get speed bumps in your neighborhood?
You know, we actually have another study that we're working on. It's called the Multimodal Transportation Safety Program. We got a lot going on right now. This is a citywide look at our neighborhood traffic calming program. Speed humps, speed bumps, signs, striping, bike lanes, all of that is included. Of course, you can always call the General Services Department at 916-727-4770 to make the request. But we're also looking for neighborhood champions and representatives to help us kind of establish the program and see how we can prioritize these improvements that are being requested.
Very good. Is there any other questions? Yeah.
All right. We are also working on Old Auburn Road. If you're curious about some of the safety improvements on Old Auburn, we do know there's some challenges out there as well, missing sidewalks, so we're looking at that too.
Very good.
Thank you all for turning in. Do you want to give the traffic tip number one more time just in case?
Before I give that number, let me give one more piece of information. We're getting into the holiday months, so we would really encourage people to make sure that when you're shopping out and you're enjoying the holidays out in the Sunrise Marketplace, make sure that you're driving safely, wear your seatbelts. Make sure that when you're in the parking lots, you're securing your cars before you go in and enjoy a nice meal at one of our restaurants or inside one of the stores shopping. We want everybody to have a wonderful holiday season, but we also want everybody to be safe.
Great advice.
Oh, we have a question coming in.
Oh, we're getting some more questions on our Multimodal Transportation Safety Program, or MMTSP. We are looking at this, we're calling it Roads for All Modes, that's our hashtag. So
Nice.
if you do have questions about our Multimodal Transportation Safety Program, or Roads for All Modes, which really means we want to make all of our roadways safe for any mode of travel.
Can you say that 10 times?
Roads for all modes. So whether you're walking, biking, driving, rolling, skateboarding, whatever it is, we want you to feel comfortable and safe. So please consider and contact us regarding that project. We are looking for, as I mentioned, some representatives from the neighborhood to help us out.
Thank you.
And folks, we have a monthly traffic committee meeting. This team that you see in front of you tonight, we meet monthly with our engineers and our general services department to discuss your concerns. We take them very seriously. So we would encourage you to continue letting us know what's going on out there. For the PD side, again, the traffic safety tip line is area code 916-727-5500. And we definitely appreciate any concerns that you guys have, and we will address them and get back to you in a timely manner. All right.
Thanks
Thank
for
you, folks.
watching.